Welcome to the Genius Way Show with your host, Ben Hummell. The aim of this show is to provide education, encouragement, and insights for people who are on their own personal development journeys. As a psychotherapist, teacher, author, and creator of the Genius Way process, Ben will focus on identifying common challenges to living a purposeful life, and will share valuable psychological and spiritual tools to help you make healthy and empowering life changes. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hey friends, welcome to the Genius Way Show. I'm your host, Ben Hummell. It's great to be with you here again this week to talk about really serious matters, our personal development, and how we want to enrich our lives by kind of doing that work on our personal development path. So today's a good topic, and we're going to get into the weeds here and get into the granular ideas around how to kind of accomplish something, and that is by digging into and finding your seed feeling. So let me explain a little bit about what that is. So let's do a little paradoxical viewpoint. Have you ever noticed that and wondered about why so many people who are either famous or wealthy, or when they finally achieve something, they're at the top of their game and they're either depressed, they kill themselves, they have big problems in their lives, and basically the success doesn't do anything for them. It doesn't give them what they probably wanted it to give them. And so one of the reasons for that is because the idea of our success or our goal is different than what it actually feels like when we get there. Okay? So one of the things to remind yourself of is that when you're thinking about a goal, when you're thinking about something that you're wanting to develop in yourself, something you want to achieve, there's an idea about it. When I get this, then I'll be something. So when I get that new house, then I'll be comfortable or safe. Or when I get this partner, then I'm going to feel like my own self-worth, and I'm going to feel happy and successful. So the problem is the one thing doesn't necessarily lead to the other. Getting something or even achieving something doesn't necessarily give you the feeling of what you are actually, wanting to feel. And so one of the ways to work with this issue is to identify the feeling beforehand. So let me give you an example of that. When I am, creating one of these shows or doing a speech, like a public speaking event, the vision I have is, basically standing on a stage with, an audience. And the vision I have is just that. And, the feeling that I have, though, the seed feeling that I have is the feeling of connecting with the audience, the feeling of connecting with people so that we are on the same page. And what I'm happening to be saying is enlivening them, getting them to think about their own lives, seeing a way to apply what I'm saying to their lives and somehow enriching it. Okay. But the feeling for me is a feeling of life purpose and a feeling of connection. Okay. That's what I'm trying to feel. If, however, my goal was to just be on stage and hope that I was going to get that feeling, that would be a different story, right? But since I know that's the feeling I'm looking for, now I have a way to test what I want against how I feel. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's back up a little bit. So the reason I call this a seed feeling is because in our genius self, there's a little clue that's been deposited there by existence. And that is the feeling of what you're wanting to feel in the future. And if you look closely, everything you're wanting to do is stems from wanting to feel a certain way in the future. It's like a motivator. Okay, in terms of genius, to identify that feeling is the key in being successful at your task. Okay, so in the Genius Way process, which is this book here and soon to be a course, so be on the lookout for that. In the Genius Way process, I have a protocol that I use around insights that are given, insights that people get. It's a five-step protocol. Two of the steps are about the seed feeling. Okay, so when you get an insight, there is a vision that comes with it. Like I said, let's say your vision is being on a stage in front of people, whatever you're doing, doesn't matter. That's the vision, that's the image. With the insight protocol, you go and find the seed feeling within that image, because the image isn't just blank. It contains things. It's like a fractal. So within the image that you're imagining, there is a feeling that is motivating you going after that thing, that image, right? So in my image, like I described, standing on a stage, connecting with an audience, the seed feeling, or the thing that was planted in my genius DNA, is connect with people, make their lives better by the insights that you've discovered for yourself, and in make that connection, you're going to feel fulfilled. Okay, and so that's a little like a clue there. But when you start with the seed feeling rather than starting with the stage, you're already knowing what you want to feel. Then, let's say I go to the stage and I'm starting out. Okay, I go to the stage and I'm there and I don't feel that feeling. Instead, I feel cold or disinterested or anything other than that seed feeling. I know that's not for me to do. That's not where my seed feeling is going to be kind of pulled out of me. That's not what my experience is going to be. So then, instead of the stage, let me use a different vision of, like, maybe, who knows what, anything else. Going to a homeless shelter and volunteering, or cooking a meal for my friends. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just so that the seed feeling comes first. And the vision or the image of where you want to go to feel that seed feeling is the second part. But we always kind of start with that image. And in the insight protocol, it's important to start with the image first and then find the seed feeling within it. Okay? So here's what I want you to think about. What are you doing in your life right now? Maybe not this second, but currently in your life, what are you doing? What are you going after? So I want you to think of something that you're going after, something you're trying to achieve, to accomplish, a relationship, a job, a career goal, or some kind of thing. Think about that and kind of think about an image. We're going to walk through this protocol a little bit later in the show, but just for now, think about an image. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to, learn how to play golf? Are you trying to develop your career more? Are you trying to whatever? Within that idea, there's an image. There's you doing something, or you being somewhere, or with somebody. Okay? So look a little bit further into that image, and you're going to see there's a feeling there. Right? It's always a feeling there. And the idea is that when I get that image, I'm going to feel this way, but it doesn't necessarily go that way. So anyway, we're going to get into that a little bit deeper later on. But the point is to understand that, the seed feeling is the clue. Okay? And when we're aware of what we're wanting to feel in the future, we have a lot better chance of actually getting what we want, getting to where we want to go, or doing the things that are going to bring about that feeling, because the feeling is kind of the unseen thing. I mean, have you ever had that experience where you tried really, really hard? Let's say, I want to go on vacation to the Bahamas, and you get there and it's okay, but it's not what you wanted it to be. Have you ever had that disappointing experience? Something along those lines? That is because you were wanting to feel a certain way, and that experience didn't provide that feeling to you. Okay? So, what's important is to always be aware of how you're wanting to feel going forward. How am I wanting to feel really kind of helps you to get there sooner and more accurately. Okay, you're bringing in another sense. And this seed feeling is not a whimsical thing, it's not a mood thing. The seed feeling is planted in your genius DNA just right from the beginning, right when you're born. And following that means I'm following something that's genuine in myself, not just some kind of flippant idea of like, I want to be the king and have, a palatial mansion. Maybe that's your thing, but make sure that you understand what you're wanting to feel in that palatial mansion, right? That is what's important. And you could be feeling that sitting in a hut on the beach. We don't know. All right, so let's take a look at this short video about this subject. And when we get back, we're going to actually look into the insight protocol that the Genius Way process has within it to go a little bit further on what is a seed feeling and how can you get to it.
What's something people don't know about their inner drive? It's called a seed feeling, and it's part of your genius DNA. This seed feeling is like a tiny compass inside you, guiding your path. Imagine it as a magnet, pulling you towards the people, places, and things that align with your dreams. It's your internal GPS, keeping you true to your life journey. The Genius Way registered trademark teaches us that this feeling isn't random. It's a part of who you are, telling you what you truly desire in the future. Every goal you set, every step you take, it's all drawn by this powerful seed feeling. And the best part? Tuning into it helps you unlock your potential. So listen to that inner voice, follow where it leads, and watch how it transforms your life. Remember, your seed feeling isn't just a fleeting emotion. It's your personal guide to achieving greatness. Embrace it, nurture it, and let it lead you to your ultimate life goals. You've got this.
So the reason that I named this type of feeling the seed feeling is because I want to differentiate it from just random emotions, okay? And the reason that it needs to be differentiated is because it is part of our genius DNA. It's part of our fund of expressive energy, okay? And the seed feeling is there so that it's kind of like a compass, so that you will know when you come across something that makes you feel that way, that you know that's my path, that's my genius path. Okay, so the seed feeling is a gift from existence, that is something that is supposed to keep you on your own path so that you can actually express what you came here to express with your genius. Okay, it's part of that genius package. Okay, so it's not an emotion in terms of a mood. It's a feeling because, that's one of the qualities of humans, is that we feel. And the feeling actually is kind of like a magnet for experiences. So let me explain a little bit about that. If you've heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks a lot about manifestation and, quantum field theory. And one of the things that, I'll paraphrase about that is that as you are trying to manifest things or doing your effort to do that, the function that feeling plays is that it's kind of like a magnet to what your intention puts out there and the energy, your kind of thought about it. So thought, feeling, and intention all combine to bring something, it's how we interact with the quantum field. And we're doing that whether or not we realize it or not. It happens. Okay, it's a function of how our consciousness happens. So when you can be aware of this seed feeling, meaning this is something that's been set up within me to know what my genius wants, to know what that expressive part of me and the part I have to play in this life and the things I have to express in this life to kind of bring me the, sense of fulfillment that I'm wanting, to help me to share my gifts and bring out my talents and predispositions that I was born with. The feeling is there, the seed feeling is there to keep leading us on and more forward in that kind of journey. And it's there whether you realize it or not. And so it's better to realize it. Okay. It's better to look at it and dig in and find it. Okay. So, when you have clarity about how this seed feeling, what it is, what you're wanting to feel in the future, what, how it coincides with the vision you have for your life, you are going to be kind of magnetized to those experiences that will help you to feel that way and consequently help you to bring out your genius and your gifts, your talents, your skills that you were born with, and so that you will be able to express them with your life and live a fulfilling life. That's it in a nutshell. So when you kind of dig into this seed feeling, remember, it's not an emotion. It's not a fleeting emotion. It is like a beacon. It's something that not only are you allowed to feel, right? It's also something you're supposed to be feeling. It's that essential to who you are as a person. Okay, no matter how much your life experiences have possibly taken you away from that or covered it up, that seed feeling is still there, just like like a beacon at the bottom of the ocean is still blinking, or out in space that is kind of still giving off its signal. That seed feeling is doing the same thing with you. So honing in on, what am I wanting to feel? What is that seed feeling saying to me, is going to help you in every aspect of your personal development journey. So now we have to mention part of our physiology too. We talked about genius for a while. Let's talk about our physiology. So are any of you familiar with the RAS, the reticular activating system? So basically, if you're not aware of that, what it is, it's basically a bundle of nerve endings in the brainstem that acts like a filter. And what it does is filter out enough of our sensory input so that we can actually consciously experience a certain amount of it. So I'm going to make up some numbers now. Let's say our brains are capable of taking in 1 million bits of information per second. I'm just making something up. We can only consciously be aware of, let's say, 50,000 of those things instead of 1 million. So there's a limited number of experiences we can take in terms of our perceptions consciously, rather than what we're experiencing. We could do an exercise about that and show you all the things that your brain is perceiving but you're not aware of, like right in this 1 second. Okay. But the RAS acts as a filter so that we're not just overwhelmed all day long with all the sensations that we feel and all the input that we get. So one of the examples that people use to illustrate how the RAS works is you say, think about when, let's say you were buying a car. Let's say you wanted a red Ford pickup. Okay. When you decided, I want to buy one of those, and I want to buy a used one. What happens is you start seeing them everywhere now on the road. You start seeing them parked in the driveway, driving down the freeway. You see commercials for it. You just start seeing them everywhere. And why do you think that is? It's because on some level you told your reticular activating system, notice this. This is important to me. Okay? And so the brain is actually using that filter to do what you want it to do, just even on that level. Okay. And so when you use the RAS in conjunction with the seed feeling, it becomes really, really powerful. So for the RAS, let's say you want to say, okay, I've got my vision of I want to be on a stage connecting with people. Okay, we'll use that one. And then you have the seed feeling is like, oh, I want to make that connection and feel that connection, and I want to feel purposeful in that I'm helping others in some way. Okay. Then you use your RAS to say, I want you to notice the people, places, and things that bring out this seed feeling. So with those three things together, like a magnet, you are going to be directed, attracted to, you're going to be aware of these things, these situations where that feeling and that experience is going to be presented to you. That's kind of just how this works under the hood. Okay? This is how your consciousness is set up to work. This is not a new age trick or witchcraft or anything like that. This is how consciousness works, right? So when you are just, functioning within the normal realms of how does my awareness, how does my conscious self work, it feels like magic because we're not used to doing it. Okay? So it is a function of consciousness to have that seed feeling that draws you forward. And it's also a function of consciousness when you're feeling that thing to magnetically attract you to the experiences, the people, places, and things that will bring that out for you. Okay? So a lot of description, but let's do this. We'll take a short commercial break, and we're going to come back and practice with a guided journey how to get to this seed feeling and how to use that in your life and how to feel it when it's about to happen. I'll see you on the other side. Hey guys, I'm really excited to let you know that I'm finishing up my new course, the Genius Way Process course. This course is for anyone who wants to discover what's in their genius, their inborn gifts, their talents, and their callings. In this course, I'm going to provide you with the 10 life skills that we all need to access our individual genius and to make it a part of our everyday life. If you'd like to know more about the Genius Way Process course and when it's available, go to thegeniusway.com and sign up to get notified. I can't wait to share this with you. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in and then deeply exhale. Continue to breathe slowly in and out, feeling relaxed, calm, and peaceful. Now notice that a picture or image of one of your current life goals is slowly beginning to appear in your mind's eye. What is it that you see? Observe the people, place, and things in your image, noticing as many details as you can. Now let's take it a step further. This image also contains a feeling. It's a feeling of what you would like to feel when this image becomes a reality in your life. Sink into the image to find the seed feeling within it. How do you describe this seed feeling? Remember that this seed feeling has been given to you as part of your genius to guide and direct you on the path of your unique life expression. Moving forward, any time you spend on making this goal more real in your life, you can summon this seed feeling as you do so. Practice bringing this seed feeling to the surface of your conscious awareness to serve as a magnet for the people, places, and things that'll bring you this feeling even before you reach your goal. In this way, you will make the best choices for your individual life path and journey. And now, with this experience fully intact in your awareness, and when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into this room. So, how was that guided visual for you? Were you able to kind of hone in on the seed feeling in one of your projects? One of the things you're trying to do? I hope so. And I want to encourage you to kind of keep taking this into your life and using it as you try to do things. What am I trying to feel? Okay, so, part of the foundational idea of the genius way is that our genius, which everyone has one, is basically our expressive DNA, okay? It's there for us to express out of. And the idea of looking closely for what the seed feeling is in you is a way to use your genius, that again, fund of expression to know yourself and to have your own inner guidance. Think about it. If you know what you're trying to feel by going on this endeavor or trying to do this thing or trying to accomplish this thing or change something or learn something, if you already know what you're trying to feel, that feeling, that seed feeling, is going to guide you right to where that feeling will be fulfilled. It'll guide you to the exact experiences that you're wanting to have that being fulfilled. Let me give you an example of what usually happens instead of that. If we're not in touch with that seed feeling, right? We sometimes will go after things that other people find as desirable, like, maybe like a lot of wealth, not connected to anything, or some kind of fame, things that other people think are valuable, not coming from our seed feeling of what I'm wanting to feel, right? Because even let's say I want to be rich and famous. For you, that seed feeling in your genius will interpret that as, well, when I'm rich and famous, then I can not feel so insecure. or it can say that I'm not, I'm feeling more energetic. It doesn't matter. The point is that, the image without the feeling will lead to a dead end. It'll lead you where you don't want to go, where you have no intention of going. But having the guidance of your own genius in that seed feeling that's already there, that's already in you, will be your inner guidance that'll take you to the places that you actually want to go, that are actually going to help you to feel that way, right? That's what's important here. You will be guided by your own inner compass. We hear a lot of people talking about the inner moral compass and blah, blah, blah. It really is true, but that means that you have to be in touch with that seed feeling first and use that and listen to it and trust it, okay? Instead of just saying, well, I want $1 million, or I want to be in this movie, or I want whatever. Well, if you're attracted to that, let's see what the feeling you're trying to feel is around it. Because if you have this feeling first, and then, maybe the vision comes later, it's going to be a better fit. I hope that makes sense. So bottom line, your seed feeling is part of your inner guidance. It's built in. You can use it. You can ignore it, but it's there for the taking if you want it, and it's uniquely yours. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take another commercial break, and then I will come back with some words of inspiration to send you on your way this week.
Ben Hummell's writing comes from a deep well of experience, practice, and wisdom. The Genius Way teaches you the life skills you need to find your own unique genius. Summoning Genius helps readers to turn a midlife crisis into an opportunity for personal growth. You can find Ben's books on thegeniusway.com, Amazon, and most online booksellers.
When we envision a better life for ourselves, if we look closely, we're going to see that the vision we hold of a better house, a better partner, or better health, it actually holds a seed feeling within it. This seed feeling is a promise of how we're going to feel when the image or the vision actually takes place. So in this way, it's not the object or the circumstance that we're going after, but rather the feeling that we're wanting to feel in the future. Getting clear on what we're wanting to feel as a result of our efforts allows us to do our personal work with more clarity and focus. The seed feeling is the hidden motivator for all our endeavors, so paying attention to it is essential on your Genius Way. Hey, that's our show for this week. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really enjoyed spending this time with you as usual. And so here is your self-inquiry journal prompt for this week. Write about one of your goals and identify the seed feeling of what you're wanting to feel by reaching that goal. Okay, once again, write about one of your goals and identify the seed feeling of what you're wanting to feel by reaching that goal. You got it? Okay, good. All right, so remember to take this that you've learned into your life, make use of it. It's there to be used. It's there to be kind of incorporated into your life, added to your skill set. And until we see each other again, I want to tell you to remain curious, be kind to yourself, and remember that your genius has something to say.
Thanks for watching The Genius Way Show with Ben Hummell. Make sure to visit thegeniusway.com for the resources you need to help you on your personal life journey. You can contact Ben at ben@thegeniusway.com. And you can follow The Genius Way with Ben Hummell on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks for streaming The Genius Way Show with Ben Hummell.